Okay, this is the book that I wanted to show you, Bloodlines of the Illuminati by Fritz Springmeier, who's now in jail. But I think that this book was based on a previous essay by this fellow called the 13 Illuminati Bloodlines. So we have the theme of the 13 great dynasties or bloodlines coursing through the ages and vying for power over planet Earth, which perhaps is alluded to symbolically in Kubrick's depiction of the 13 apes approaching the monolith, which they revere as their god, which is going to impart to them intelligence and raise them above the ape status. Interestingly, in the novel in 2001, it's Moonwatcher who succeeds in somehow first attaining this higher degree of intelligence, and this is recounted on pages 32 and 33 of the novel, and it's slightly different from the movie. For those who know, in the novel it's a crystal slab and image patterns are formed, and it's Moonwatcher who first discerns concentric circles that are formed on the monolith, and he gathers his strength and hurls a stone at the monolith at the bull's eye. So see the eye or cyclops topic. You have to hammer and stake the cyclops eye, and so Moonwatcher throws the stone and at first misses, but at the fourth attempt he succeeds. So again we have 3 failed attempts and the fourth which gives success. So that's the tetrahedron theme, which connects with the 4th dimension that controls the 3 dimensions in which we live. And also remember, the monolith originally was devised by Kubrick and Clarke as a tetrahedron, not the rectangular slab that it finally turned out to be. And after this episode, Clarke concludes, ends this chapter, which is the which is page 33. At the end of page 33, says they did not look back or wonder at the strange light that was guiding them to their homes and to a future unknown as yet even to the stars. So Clarke is here obsessed with the term star or stars, and the last word on page 33, just at the end of the chapter, is stars. Okay, and interestingly, I have the feeling now of also talking to Hal, also to another eye or bull's eye that's recording me. Those are this is the privilege of the webcam, which I think is the closest artificial intelligence has come to be Hal now in the year 2010. Okay, let's continue. I do not want to exhaust my analysis of the film or novel 2001. I refer readers to this great book by Leonard F called Kubrick's 2001, a triple allegory. I'll just skim over some of the most important bits of information. In the movie, remember, after the bone is hurled up by Moonwatcher, becomes an orbiting nuclear weapon, and there are 3 shots of 3 very similar nuclear weapons, and the 4th one is different. And so again we have the theme of 3 and the 4th that transcends the 3, the extra dimension that transcends the physical existence on the tripod of the 3 dimensions. This is a very important theme in occult knowledge. It's the knowledge of the 4th dimension. We have the Orion III Panam flight, the space clipper, bouncing in the ballet movement all the way up to the Hilton space orbiter. Now notice again number 3 for Orion 3, so it's the theme of number 3 again. And the Discovery spacecraft was at first thought to be propelled by an Orion type nuclear pulse system, but this idea was discarded by Kubrick, as we have explained. I think it was Kubrick. So the only remnant of the Orion concept in 2001 is this name of the space clipper, the Panam flight that takes Dr. Highwood Floyd up to the space station, named Orion. Okay, where is the monolith, the mysterious monolith that is hidden in 2001 and whose existence has been revealed by 2010 and the fiction story? Where is the 2001 moon monolith placed? It's on Tycho Brahe's crater, so it's called TMA1. And Leonard F explains very well that TMA1 is an anagram for no meat, standing for the Trojan horse that has no meat, an allusion to the Odyssey, but we will not go into all the depth of symbolism there. Tycho Brahe, incidentally, was into astrology big time, so it's funny that Clarke chose the name Tycho Brahe. And wasn't Tycho Brahe also one who observed the supernova called the Tycho supernova? This theme of a supernova in the sky will be relevant later on. Okay, when we get to the moon sequence and the astronauts approaching the monolith, how many astronauts are there? There are 6. 6 astronauts. And number 6 in the Illuminati is the number of man, the number of human man. So it's man that is epitomized by these 6 astronauts. Of course, much ado can be made about the dimensions of the monolith. I myself still suspect that there is something else to crack or to unveil there. 1 times 4 times 9. Of course, those are the squares of the first 3 numbers and also the squares of the first 3 prime numbers. Well, actually, the first prime number is number 2. Number 1, I don't think that's considered the prime number, but that's trivia. Someone brought up the interesting, on the internet, the interesting anecdote that 1 times 4 times 9 could be a reference to John chapter 1 verses 4 and 9 of the Bible, which is a reference to light, I believe, and can be very appropriate, so it might be worth checking. Okay, skimming over to the Jupiter mission, we have the 18 months, which of course is twice the human gestation period, and how Discovery is born symbolically, almost looking like a fetus, born head first. So the Discovery spacecraft appears with the head careening first into the screen, then followed by the body looking with systems with the extremities, really very humanoid looking. And Discovery again has 6 exhaust tubes, so it's the power of man that is propelling Discovery onto its mission. It's man's quest, it's man's search, it's man that is the power source there, number 6, the number of man. HAL 9000, okay, Leonard F explains very well that in each of the cycles of Zoroastrian mythology, there are 3,000 years. So HAL 9000 stands for 3 such cycles, and the 4th cycle would start in the year 9001. So he kind of makes a case that 2001 is symbolically a reference to that year. What is important, of course, is that it is the year of the apocalypse. It's symbolic for the new millennium. And in the movie we have the mention of the failure of the onboard 90000 computer is in error, predicting the fall. And the sentence is repeated again, so we have 2 times 3 zeros, again number 6, meaning the computer is fallible like man.